thing by telling you that my mother and father both spoke, wrote, and read fluently the Finnish language. Okay, and the Watchtower Society didn't have any Finnish-speaking people in Brooklyn. They had them at their branch office in Finland, but not in Brooklyn. And there was a lot of correspondence from Finland in the Finnish language. So, extremely sensitive matters within the organization. And I remember my parents sitting there and translating it into English, and many times they had to take a trip down to Brooklyn Bethel. I would go with them, and they would be with the service department or the writing department, doing a translation. And sometimes it was vice versa. They would give it an answer from the service department, and my parents would have to translate it into Finnish and send it off to this individual. So, anyway, while I was down there with them, on one occasion, I was out wandering around a little bit, and this man came to me, took me to his room, and he sexually molested me in Bethel. And for years, I didn't know his name. I did not know who he was, but I used to see him get up on the stage and give public talks and everything. And then, I don't know, I was about 40, 45 years old, and somebody mailed me some photographs with the names. And there was Percy Chapman, Leo Greenlees, and several others. I saw Leo Greenlees' picture, and I said, that's the man. Now I have a name to go with the face. And Percy Chapman was also kicked out of the Watchtower. Nothing was ever done to Leo Greenlees. In fact, he was never disfellowshipped. They just shipped him out to the Midwest somewhere. And for years, I didn't know his name. I did not know who he was, but I used to see him get up on the stage and give public talks and everything.
Our Bearing Thorough Witness book. So let's invite Brother Gary Baranek to the platform as he takes us through this week's Treasures from God's Word.
Thanks for the links. I had no idea how Mark Pallo looked like, and I never heard his story before.
Or some other secret group today, 1993 to 1994, control the Jehovah's Witnesses?
My conclusion is yes. And I give one of the men that I think they do it through. Traditionally or publicly, people have the idea that the governing body controls the Watchtower Society. But insiders and people that are ex-insiders from Bethel headquarters give a different picture. There happens, well, recently, the president of the Watchtower Society, Frederick Franz, died, and he was about, I think, 99 years old when he died, and for many years he had not been able to see or get around, and there happened to be an Iraqi Jew named Salih who was his mouthpiece. And every time somebody wanted to know what Frederick Franz's orders were, they asked this guy, and this guy would go into Frederick Franz's room and then come out with the answer. We have a blind man in his 90s supposedly running this organization.
Sounds like Howard Hughes, in his last days, the recluse, and had other people to operating his huge empire.
Right, and
boy,
in the financial department of the Watchtower Society is more or less a law unto itself. There's a lot of hidden politics going on, and connections to some of the very powerful elite in the world. There's connections between the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the Morgans to the Watchtower Society, and all of these type of connections make me conclude that yes, the Watchtower Society is being controlled very quietly from the outside,